Hey guys, Kansas Garage here. It's the update to the update to the update to the update to the update. I apologize for my beard. It's a little wild. It's have to wear those neck gaiter things as a face mask because I don't want to wear a face mask because it looks like I got like this going on and just it's weird. So anyway, update on the 8-inch Ford diff is I didn't like how it looked. The rotors didn't line up. The calipers didn't line up. So we took it all back apart. And it turns out that the lock on the axle was wider than this one. This is a stock one that we had laying around. Stock bearing. Anyway. So I sent them to Tucson to get turned. And this is what we wound up with. That is turned 6/100ths. Turned down. And yeah. So I was screwing around with this last night, trying to assemble it, and it continued to fight, and I still had a gap, and I was like, I don't know what this thing could be hitting. I thought maybe I was still hitting the seal, thought maybe I was hitting something inside the tube, no idea. Oh, there's a nice little, gotta clean, there's a little, right, oh, you can see it right there. Yep, that one. Focus on the finger. Yeah, gotta clean that up. Anyway, turns out with this O-ring on that axle, it was holding it out, and that bearing didn't want to go in, but I'll just do it with this one because it's easier than trying to slide that whole axle in. After you get that cleaned up, well, this bearing is a lot thicker too than this one, so yeah. Anyway, that now sits out. You can do it. Oh, that thing's gonna get stuck in there. I gotta clean that up. Anyway, so I'm going to put the O-ring back on that bearing. We're gonna lube it really good. I got some this stuff. This is moly graphite type lube. It's all black, obviously moly. For those of you that don't know, most of your black greases are moly based, and that moly acts like little ball bearings. It helps with lubricating and things sliding and all that other good stuff. So anyway, yeah, we're going to put the O-ring back on that axle. I'm going to lube the tube in there and that with the O-ring, and I'm going to put another coat of grease right here just to help with that seal inside, and we're going to slam it all home. And fast forward to now. This is the other side. I just put it all together. No gaps, no nothing. It's all good. So hopefully when I put all of this shenanigans back together, it'll be just fine. But we're gonna find out. So you're along for the ride. We're gonna lube that, throw it in most of the way, and I'll come back to you when it's most of the way together. So I just cleaned up the burr that was in there, little filing action, and as promised, we're lubing just a little bit. Doesn't need a ton. Like I said, it's dark colored from the moly and graphite, so I'm just gonna real light coat of that stuff in there just to help that O-ring slide and roll. We don't want it to stick, and that will cause issues. So we're just, sorry, I'm watching myself do it and not watching the phone watch myself do it. So we're gonna little bit more. Mostly on the O-ring. Now I don't know if we ordered the wrong bearings for this. I mean, obviously the bearings are right. They're a little different size. Or if this was meant for replacing that axle seal. I don't know, because that lock, this lock here, was actually running into that axle seal there and pushing in on it. That was my problem before. So I don't know if that's, if that lock is meant to replace that axle seal and then that O-ring around the outside seals it then. I have no idea. To be absolutely, completely, 100% honest, no idea. What did I do with that rag I just had? Was it this one? It was this one. Anyway, I apologize for the mess. This is a working garage. And, you know, I do this in my free time, which is almost none now, except weekends. And usually the owner of the car is here, and, well, I don't usually film while he's here, so, anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot. A little more white luber plate. We're going to, oh, you got me. I mean, I gotta see it, but we're gonna add a little bit more of that to help with sliding that axle through the seal. We don't want it to catch and drag and do all kinds of gnarly things, so all of this polished area is gonna get a nice little lube job. See what I did there? Luber plate, lubed it up, got it. Anyway, corny jokes, folks, dad jokes, stay with me here. Anyway, so let's throw this axle in, and can't do it one-handed. Well, let's try it, why not? Oh, also, because that bearing is thicker, I'm going to take the spacers out. I pulled the spacer out from that one, and, well, that's what it looked like, because that's what I did to it. So, anyway, I pulled it out of there. That bearing being thick, almost as thick as that, should have enough to already put the force on it. If you're using your stock bearings, use the spacer. It'll save you a lot of heartache, because that puts the preload on the bearing to keep the bearing from, you know, freewheeling in the bore. Keeps things locked up like it needs to. So anyway, oh yeah, one-handed. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Yep. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, I gotta pull the spacer off that one too. Okay, so, oh, you know what? This thing zoomed way in. It always does that. I don't know why. There we go. How's that? Is that better? That's better. Oh, there it is. Okay, so what I did with the last one is got it to about right there. Pulled this shim off because I don't need it. The bearing's bigger, and, well, I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's what we're doing. So let's, a little between the legs action here, trying to get this, oh, spacer off of here. Yeah, that sucks. How did I do this last one? I don't remember. Something like that, I think. Yep, that's what we did. Okay, so we're going to take these plates here, which I should loosen those, but we'll do that after. In a minute. So, this, hang tight. This is going to go from the bottom Yes, from the bottom. So, sorry. This plate comes in from the bottom like that. And we're going to bolt from the inside. And we're gonna maybe, if I can talk real nice to it. Come on, you can do it, little feller. Hey, look at that. Just went. Well, I don't know how much you can see of this, but I can see, and that at this point is all that matters, because this is definitely a two-handed job that I'm trying to do with two hands and a knee. So you're welcome, I think. Oh, play nice. Play nice. You had a whole bunch of free threads out there. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong one. I need a smaller nut because that one's for the next size spacers. No wonder it wasn't working. There we go. We got it. Okay, now we're going to do the other side, which you won't be able to see, but just trust me, it's there. Man, I'm doubting that it's there. Are you kidding me? Where is this thing? Hey, you know, this camera works wonders. Okay, we're getting a little bit of this action, and it's trying. Might need to rotate that up. Let's try that. I have no idea what you can see. I just placed the phone face down. So we're going at this blind. Great. I'm just going to pretend that you can see everything that I'm doing, or you can hear me talking. Either way, we're making content. So there's that. That one's in. We're going to put this next bad boy in here. Oh, that's not very nice. There it goes. Okay, now then, that's gonna go that way. Same thing. Bolts from the back. Now that you can see, we're gonna put a flat down towards the axle housing there, and just kind of give her a little squeeze there, and I think that's enough threads to start a nut. Let's see. Small nut versus bigger nut, like this one and this one. And there's the other small one. Okay. Let's see if we got enough. Not for that one. That one's just going to run away, and we don't need it for right now. We'll get it in just a minute when I really need it again. So anyway. We're gonna get that one in, maybe, hopefully. Hey, look at that. All right, now let's get gimme. Okay, that's started. You know the process. Torque the nuts down in a pattern, kind of crisscross, smooth. Don't pull it down too far. I'm going to do that now. And then make sure you torque it, whether it's a click type or a digital or a bar type. The bar types are, well, good luck with those. I've done my fair share with the bar type. Anyway, so make sure you torque them and then move on to the next piece. And I will come back to you guys when I get to there. By the way, it's not that I'm hiding anything from you. I'm just using a ratchet wrench and a crescent wrench to snug these down in a, like, go around kind of in a circle a little bit at a time, all the way around it. I'm not hiding anything. I'll be right back. Like, for me, it'll be 5 minutes, but it'll be like, and we're back, you know, for you guys. So, anyway, now I'm just being silly. Great. Okay, just as proof that I'm not lying to you, right? Also, just because this is what I have, 14 millimeter. Should be using a 9/16, but you know, it's close enough. It'll work. Alright, so I know that you guys really don't care, but whatever. I'm just doing this, snugging it up. Just basically trying to pull the bearing in flush, that's all. I don't want to try to roll that O-ring. I don't want to do anything crazy. Just trying to get her sucked in nice and flush. Don't need to roll that O-ring because then it'll lock up and it'll look bad and I'll have to redo this video because it'll look stupid. I'm just kidding. We don't do that here. I'm just kidding again. I did that last night when I was so frustrated that I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I just deleted the video that I made. But here's a new one, and we can actually see what's going on. And it's right this time. So again, just snugging it down. See the gap closing up. Kind of bearings in there. Excuse me. Fizzy pops. Do it every time. Just snugging it up. And I know I could totally do this a lot faster with a ratchet and spin the axle, but well, this is what I had out and handy, and this is my channel. If you don't like it, go make your own channel. Don't give a shit. Oh, I think I just cursed. Normally I don't curse on these things, but we did today. Because, well, why not? Anyway, yeah, like I said, snug it down. And more snugging. Okay, you guys get the idea. I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, so, like I said, they got sucked up. I just got done torquing these 40 foot-pounds. All the gaps closed up. Everything's good, just like it needs to be. I gotta torque these ones. And we'll go from there. Alright, that one's torqued. Stupid palm tree. Alright. Well, let's maybe rough this side together and we'll see what it looks like. You know, I forgot to mention. Guess what I found the other day when I wasn't looking for it? Well, if you said, you know, Morgan, it's probably that 5/8 that you've been looking for that wasn't in the box where it wasn't left. You're absolutely right, YouTube. It was the 5/8 I've been looking for because it wasn't left in the box. I had left it in a bag under my cart with a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't know was in there. So, guess it was a good thing that I get in that bag, wasn't it? Why? Why is it? There. Now we're far away. See that zoom? Look at that. Anyway, yeah. I need to snug these brackets down. And I think I'm going to start the bolts into that caliper just to make sure that lines up first with those bolts in. And then I'll put the rotor and then I'll put the caliper back on. So, anyway, I'll be back in a minute. So, this is what it looks like. It's just rough, mocked up, obviously. The rotor's held in place with some lug nuts. Those are off the mag wheels. But that alignment is much, much better. The rotor's centered in the caliper. This is up like it needs to be. I do need to turn that so we have more of a straight shot down and up with this thing here. So, oh, I'm wrong. Let's well, maybe it does need to get kicked at a bit of an angle. I don't know, it's going to make it difficult to torque that. So I'll torque this one first, and then we'll move to that one after we rotate. So, anywho, we're going to torque these and these. And I believe that said 35 to 40. So we're just going to go with 40 because torque wrench is already set. So, yeah. I'm going to take that rotor back off. We're going to tighten this up in place so I know that it'll line back up when those tighten down. And we'll go from there. Also, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget they send you spacers to go in here to help center the rotor on this. And I knocked that rotor on pretty good. And sometimes they will stay on the axle after you give her a good wallop. Other times they don't, like this one doesn't want to, which is totally fine. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna torque these after I put that caliper back on, just to kind of hold the place of everything. Torque them, rotor, caliper, and then I'm gonna be done with that side, and I'll do the same on that side. And I think tomorrow we'll clean the pads, throw the pads in the caliper, or in the, man, I don't even know what you call it. Yes. I'm having a brain fart right now. This piece. What is that? Is that grease? That is old grease. Or it's a raisin. I'm not sure which. Anyway, yeah. So that's what we're at, what we're going to do. So, torque and go. So I took the actual caliper part off because I was tired of fighting the entire weight of this thing. So just to be clear, the reason why I'm putting this on here and torquing them all down now is because you cannot do that when this rotor is in place. Sorry, I know you can't see anything. I'm trying to one-hand it. So, see, I can't get to the head of the bolts. Nope, you can't see nothing. Okay, let's try this again with some light. Can't really get to the head of the bolts with the rotor on there. So that is the entire reason, other than thinning down a 5/8 wrench, and I really don't feel like doing that, because why not just do this instead? So that's the purpose of what we're doing there. So let me torque these. I'll be right back.